Hey, what's up guys, it's Dave from CarNewba Detailing. I'm hoping you guys are all having a wonderful day just like always. Now in today's video, we're going to be doing another experiment on the Chrysler Sebring, specifically about light polishes and compounds. And we're going to try to make this video pretty interesting. We're going to put against each other consumer grade polishes, professional grade polishes, and also polishes that aren't even designed or made for car surfaces. So we're going to be using a polish that's really cheap, consumer grade, you can find at your local store, and then another polish that's probably considered the standard of the industry, and then another polish that isn't even made for cars in general. And we're going to see how they play out and the benefits that each one provide, and the end results will be shown at the end of the video, so make sure to watch the whole thing. Also remember to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you love detailing content, and check out our Instagram and Facebook page, links below in the description. A lot of detailing content and even giveaways are put up on my Instagram, alright? Besides that guys, I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of the day and enjoy the video.
Alright guys, so we're looking at the rear trunk of the Chrysler Sebring. As you can see, I taped it off into 3 sections so we can split it off for an even comparison. Besides that, what you can also see is the lack of shine and gloss from the surface, okay? There is oxidation there, and there's also marring, scratching, the usual. You got swirl marks inside the oxidation as well. But as you can see right over here, this area of the vehicle was in the same condition this was just last night. So testing out a few of these products, seeing which one worked better than the others and this and that, I was able to do with a one-step, with only 3 passes, medium pressure, I was able to eliminate that oxidation that you see right there on this panel over here. Shine, gloss, reflection looking pretty good. And we're going to do the same thing with these 3 sections over here, but we're going to put them head to head. We got one product that's consumer grade that I'm sure a lot of you guys have used in the past, but some people don't want to admit. All right? We got another product that's a staple of the industry, professional grade, and then we also have another product that you guys have probably never used before, never heard about, and typically is not used on cars, okay? So keep that in mind. I'm going to tell you what it is. I want you guys to see the process, the results, and you'll see at the end exactly what each one of these products are and my whole point to this video, alright? So stay tuned.
Alright guys, so starting from the left side of the vehicle, we are going to be testing out our consumer grade polish. Now I am going to be using the Torx 22D, which is a 21mm long throw polisher. Really great polisher. If you're interested in checking it out, check out the link below in the description for a review that I've done on it previously. Besides that, I'm also going to be using a medium cut white Hexlogic pad, and we're going to be using a separate pad for each one of the polishes so we minimize any kind of cross-contamination and keep everything consistent throughout. Now, I am going to be doing 3 pass-throughs and 3 pass-throughs only on each one of these polishes. The first 2 pass-throughs are going to be medium to heavy pressure. As you can see, I'm putting a good amount of weight on that pad and that paint. The last pass-through is going to be light, so we can go ahead and finish it off. The reason why I'm doing this is number 1, so we can go ahead and cut as quickly as we can so we don't make the video too long. And also, guys, this puts pressure on the abrasives and things of that nature from the polishes so we can really test out and see how they perform in the sun on the surface of the paint. Now overall, the first polish was a bit grabby, meaning there wasn't much lubrication. It wasn't the smoothest process throughout polishing. You could tell that the pad was grabbing the paint a little bit more than what you would like, and also the buffing process was not the most, the buff off process was not the most enjoyable. It did take a few pass-throughs with my microfiber towel, and there was still some leftover polish residue on the surface of the paint even after that. But as you can see, it was able to go ahead and cut through that oxidation pretty well. Alright guys, so moving on to professional grade polish. Now the first thing I noticed about the professional over the consumer was that the lubricity was a lot better. I had less of a grabby feel compared to the first polish that we just tested out. It was a lot smoother throughout the whole polishing experience. Now also, I can already tell that the working time was going to be a bit better. If I did go ahead and do maybe 2 or 3 more passes with this polish, I can already tell that that working time is going to be far greater than that consumer grade polish. Besides that, guys, remember 3 pass-throughs only, also a new Hexlogic pad as well. The first 2 pass-throughs, medium to heavy pressure, the last one to finish it off. Now overall, the buffing process with this polish was a bit better than the consumer grade one, but still not the best overall. I did have to go through it a few times with my microfiber towel once again, and there was still some slight residue here and there on the surface of the paint, but still not as bad as that consumer grade polish, okay? But overall, it did cut through that oxidation and did give also a better finish than the first consumer grade polish that we utilized. So which is great because this is a professional grade product and we do expect that. Both did cut through that oxidation, but the professional grade did provide a little bit more cut and shine as well. Now moving on to what I think is going to be the most interesting subject throughout this whole test is our polish that isn't even dedicated to automotive paints, okay? Now, first thing that I noticed about this polish again over the other two was it is by far the easiest to use throughout the polishing process. The amount of lubrication on the surface is so nice, it's very smooth throughout the whole polishing process, even with the amount of pressure I'm putting on that polisher and pad. Overall, guys, I think the working time is a lot better on this polish as well. Again, if I went ahead and did 2-3 more pass-throughs, I think that the working time on this polish would be far greater than the other two overall, which is awesome. Another thing about this polish, guys, when I buffed off the solution from the surface, it was super smooth, really no kickback whatsoever, and all of that residue was able to be removed from the surface of the paint a lot easier and a lot quicker than the other two polishes, which I found very interesting and very beneficial to the polishing process. Alright guys, so as you can see, each one of the polishes were able to remove that oxidation and restore some shine and gloss, but honestly, one or two did do it better than the other, and also, like I said, each one were kind of different throughout the actual polishing and buffing process. But let's go ahead and jump into my final thoughts and reveal what each one of these products are.
Alright guys, so here are the results of our 3 passes on each one of these sections. Now please do remember the first 2 passes were medium pressure. The last pass was more so of a light pressure movement throughout the whole pass through, okay? But as you can see, we restored the shine, we restored the gloss. It is a lot better. Here are the taped off sections. There's literally no gloss or shine there whatsoever, as you can see. There is still a bit of residue left off from some of the polishes, and we'll talk about that in just one second. But as you can see, it is greatly improved, not 100%, but is greatly improved, especially for one pass through with lighter cut polishes, all right? Marring and scratching are obviously still relevant throughout each one of these panels. Not a big deal, it's not what we're chasing after for today, okay? But let's reveal which panel is which. Now remember, this is consumer, this is professional staple, this is professional, not typically used on cars, okay? So keep that in mind. Now the first one is gonna be our consumer line, okay? We got Turtle Wax polishing compound. Let me just put the bottle straight up just like that, okay? That's what we utilize over here, guys. Now remember, I told you in this video series we are gonna use some cheaper consumer grade products to see what we can make happen with them. The second one, guys, in the middle of the trunk is gonna be Meguiar's 205 ultra finishing polish, excuse me. This is from the professional lineup. I use it all the time. All right, and then finally we have a new product I've never used before until this week, and that is going to be Lat 26 fine polish for marine automotive. Okay, now let's go through each one of these and kind of talk about the results, the use, the buff off process, the polishing process, and everything like that. First thing I want to start off with is the ease of use, okay? By far, the easiest one to use was Lat 26. It gave me the smoothest feeling throughout the whole polishing process, meaning the lubrication on the pad touching the surface of the paint was the greatest with Lat 26. And you know, it's kind of common sense because when you're working on gel coat, you're obviously going to be dealing with a lot more residue coming off of that coat, right? And another thing, your boat is probably not in a garage, so you have to keep in mind that you're working in the sun constantly, the panel is hot, so they want to make sure they get the proper lubrication and heat resistance and working time for your panel that you're working on, okay? So I think that's why that kind of won out when it comes to feel, ease of use, and working time throughout the whole polishing process, okay? After that, guys, it comes obviously Meguiar's 205, okay? Second easiest one to use. And then third comes Turtle Wax polishing compound. Now, it was a bit grippy okay, throughout the polishing process. You could feel the resistance throughout the panel with the pad. All right, and remember, we use the same amount of polish on each one of these products, and also did not prime the pad. Just moistened it a little bit with distilled water, put the same amount of product on each, and went at it. We're not trying to make things complicated, we're trying to keep it simple and consistent throughout, all right? After that, guys, results, okay, when it comes to the actual removal of the oxidation, that was our main goal today, all right? Now, I also have to kind of give that to Lat 26. I think it gave the overall best shine. All right, obviously there's still marring, scratching, swirl marks and everything that was underneath the oxidation. We're not talking about that today, okay? But Lat 26 gave the best shine. I personally think so. And it's actually pretty close with Meguiar's 205 as well. You know, it's very hard to tell, to be honest with you guys. I would have to bring it into the garage and really inspect it. But just here in the sun, guys, they're almost tied up, but I got to give the edge to Lat 26 on that as well. All right? After that, guys, the buff off process, by far the two most difficult to buff off were the polishing compound from Turtle Wax and then Meguiar's 205, okay? But easiest one to buff off by far, again, was Lat 26, okay? And again, it goes, take in consideration, you're probably gonna be using this product in the sun 24/7, 365, on gel coats, marine vehicles, so you have to make sure that this product is simple and easy to use. So it kind of gives me the idea, if we're trying to look for easy to use products, especially for mobile detailers being outside all the time, 24/7, 365, we should start looking maybe at other detailing products from other industries, such as marine, because those might have benefits that other products that are generally utilized on vehicles most of the time don't have, excuse me. Such as that longer working time because of the thicker gel coat that they're working on and the more residue control that they have to worry about, and working in the sun 24/7, stuff like that. You know, so we have to take all that stuff into consideration. But by far, guys, Turtle Wax, I'm sorry, even though you're getting some pretty good results, keep that in mind, guys. Turtle Wax last. Second for me is Meguiar's 205 for the most part. Now, in this scenario, it came in second, okay? But there's still more testing that needs to be done. Obviously, this isn't kind of the final results. I'm still going to be utilizing M205 all the time because I like to stay consistent throughout all my processes. Now, if you haven't watched the video series from Ammo NYC with Larry and then also Kevin Brown, make sure to watch it. They were talking about consistency when it comes to your processes and your solutions and your tools and everything like that. Stop switching stuff around all the time. Stop trying to chase the best polish, the best wax, whatever it is, because at the end of the day, the best does not exist. It's whatever you stay consistent with and become proficient in, all right? And it was a perfect example that Kevin Brown gave with Larry on that video series where he used freaking hand lotion to go ahead and polish out a panel, and he still was able to get a really good finish. It just goes to show, guys, you can go pick up a $3 bottle of polish or compound from Walmart, but if you have the right skills and you practice and you stay consistent with it and become proficient in utilizing that product and tool, you can get results, okay? Yes, this stuff has its limitations, but so does this and so does this. Just trying to prove a point here that yes, you can still get results with cheap products that you can pick up over the counter at Walmart, at AutoZone. Yes, Meguiar's Ultimate Fast Finish is a staple in the industry. I'm going to continue to use it because I'm becoming proficient in utilizing it, and I've kind of gotten to a point where I'm really comfortable utilizing it. I know its limitations, I know what results I can achieve with it and all that good stuff, but also other products can come along that can wow you, that can amaze you, that you might want to add to your arsenal. But at the end of the day, don't revolutionize everything that you do because of just one product, all right? And that goes with everything, not just polishes, it could be sealants, whatever it is, you know? But it's more so tailored towards things like this where it's a process, okay? If you change up a sealant's pretty easy to use. You spray on and buff off, all right? But polishing, it really takes some time and effort, skill, and talent in order to kind of perfect what you like doing, the results that you want to achieve. So you have to keep all this stuff in mind, guys, all right? Now, if you guys like this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up and also remember to subscribe. Again, this is a video series with the Chrysler Sebring, so there is more to come. And again, guys, thank you for all your support. Remember to like, subscribe, and also follow me on Instagram. We're actually going to be doing some more giveaways in the near future on there, guys. So thank you so much, like always. Thank you all, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.